Here we are at the lab, the nerve centre of the Alkaline Project's post-excavation work. Here is where finds made on the excavation site will be categorised, analysed and preserved. This is a vital process which sees our interpretations backed up with physical evidence. Of course, different finds must be treated differently in the lab. Two of the most common finds on site are bones and ceramics.
The study of ceramics is possibly one of the most valuable in the field of archaeology. It is not only a good means of dating, but also reveals great insight into the people that made and used them in daily life. Over the years, sadly few ceramic vessels survive intact, and so archaeologists can expect to find masses of pottery shards like the ones you see here in front of me. When they arrive here in the lab, they first need to be marked with the details of the site, and they are categorised into typologies according to their particular features. For example, a shard like this, with its fine red slip coating, would be placed with others of the same style. Some shards, however, are more difficult to place, since while they may seem similar on the surface, they differ in other respects. This is where we need to look more closely at other characteristics of the ceramic, such as the pot fabric or matrix, which is visible in the cross-section. Here, for instance, are two similar shards, which differ in their inclusions and the tempering of the fabric. From this, we can give them their appropriate classification. Rebekka is our lab supervisor here at the project. Rebekka, what types of pottery can we expect to find at a site like this?
Two different goods we find at this site. First of all, the imported goods, and second, the locally produced goods. Of the imported goods, we've got a few different classes. So we've got the African red silkware, the African cooking ware, and the amphoras, coming from all over the Mediterranean basin. Locally, we've got cooking ware, such as these, and we've got tableware. Fabric-wise, they're much finer if we compare the two of them together. In cooking ware, we've got shapes such as cooking pots, but a very typical shape in this region is the bread pine that we find around the entire Vesuvius area. It's a very typical thing for this region. If we go towards the tableware, then we've got just these types like jugs and jars and bowls, but we also have them in the decorated version, which this one we call painted because you definitely see the brush strokes in there. The colour-coded ones, which are completely covered with paint on the entire surface, and then the burnished ones. We defer this one because if we do this with the shirt, then we see these very shiny lines in there, so this is what's burnished. Last part that we have on this side are the Roman lamps, either imported like this African one or locally made like this one. Of the African one, this is a quite nice type because it's decorated with a fish on there, which is a symbol of the Roman Christianity, which we also know that Christianity is giving its influences on the pottery in the end. This one is a locally produced one with on its shoulder decorations in the shape of pearls. So these are a few of the types that we have on this site.
Working with bones follows a similar process, but with a few notable differences. Archaeologists who specialise in osteology, the study of bones, will be familiar with the process of taking bones such as these and having to clean, mark and identify each fragment before addressing their interpretation. Bones can reveal fascinating insight into the people and animals which inhabited this site. The ages, sex and even health of each individual can be determined from the size, shape and condition of certain bones. For example, excessive pressure placed on the body, perhaps due to a life of hard labour, can leave marks on the bones which life would adapt to cope. The same goes for particular diseases which the body may have suffered. Occasionally, we find more than mere fragments, but complete bones in situ. Here we have Kim and Alex, who are fresh from the Osteology course. What can you tell us about this course and how it has helped you with the study of bones?
So the Human Osteology course is a 10-day intensive boot camp where we learn a little bit about what happens behind the scenes after excavation and post-ex. And basically, every day we learn something new. So every morning we have a lecture. The very first one was on cranial landmarks. So we learned about all different bones, the scientific names, how they fit together, make up the skull, essentially. And then in the afternoon session, we were able to get hands-on practice there we were able to clean bones, which we do, is what we're doing now, with a dry brush. And we basically just take the excess dirt off, excess dust, and then we use really intricate dental tools to use for, say, the iron bits and the other parts of the skull. And yeah, so we had 10 days of that. My favourite, I think, was the lecture on pathologies, where we learned about the different diseases that the local sample we had showed evidence of. I think that was my favourite as well.
Yeah, it definitely was really interesting. So we're cleaning with some pathologies right now. What I'm holding used to look like regular vertebrae, which are part of your spine, in your lower back, and they have been fused together by bony growths. And this is like muscles, ligaments that have been turned into bone, and really just made it look pretty painful to live with. And over here we have something really interesting. These are cranial fragments of the skull, and because of the high fluoride content in the water here, because of the volcano, it actually causes a thickening of the cranium. And it also can yellow and brown your teeth, but you can see just how very thick this is. That's unusual, but it's really cool how many different examples of the pathologies we have just here in this example.
Of course, this was just a sneak peek into the work the Apple Project does on post-excavation. There are many more facets to explore, such as charcoal analysis, reconstruction, marble, metals, mosaics, worked bone, and many more. In short, post-excavation is not only an integral part of archaeological research, but also an engaging interrogation of evidence that leads us on a journey from interpretation to fact.